Black people are never gonna mess with Candace Owens like that. So I decided to sit down and watch 2.5 hours of Candace Owens with Joe Rogan on his podcast, and boy, what an experience that was. I stand a well-crafted argument, and Candace is the communications director for this big right-wing organization. So I thought I signed up for concise messaging with statistics and facts. No. So these are her ambitions.
We just wanted to do this together. I met him and I said, look, I think that there needs to be a black revolution against the Democratic Party. I think I'm the person to lead it. Like, I'm your girl.
So of course a woman who wants to lead a conservative revolution among black people will know how to talk about racism, right? No. I first got suspicious when she said this.
What they said was most certainly racist.
Yes, the words are racist, right? Can somebody, I guess the question is, can somebody say something, say a word that is racist and not be a racist human being? Yes, I think, no, I'm going to tell you why yes, okay?
Okay.
It was somebody stand up I was watching. I actually don't remember who it was. Like, maybe it was Louis C.K., I don't know. But he was saying how he, like, instantly turns into a racist. Like, if somebody cuts him off and it's like a Chinese person, like, he, like, instantly the first thing he says is like something to do with him being Chinese, right?
Right.
And there's a little bit of that in all of us. Like, I was walking through New York City the other day, and like a huge bus like just happened to like stop in front of me, and like literally 45 Asians got off, and suddenly I was just like, I couldn't like walk around. I'm like, oh, I was like, why do Asians always travel in packs, right? Like, the most bizarre thing. Like, I don't have an issue with them taking a bus and traveling. And then afterwards I giggled.
But it got a lot worse when she started talking about that Starbucks incident in Philadelphia.
The Starbucks situation, which to me was not racist, was racist. Is that racism?
The Starbucks
We have to
that
define
wasn't
racism.
racist. You don't think that was racist?
No, I don't think that was racist. I live in Philly.
So you think if those were white dudes hanging out in Starbucks, not buying anything, just sitting down, mind their own business, that they would have got fucked with the same exact energy?
So let's play into the picture. So first off, I live in Philadelphia. I'm not kidding. I wonder if sometimes when I'm there, I'm like, I wonder if any white people live here. Like Philadelphia is 44% black, not just excluding Hispanic, 44% black. It's unbelievable. Everyone who works in my building, everyone's black. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm like, this is a very black city, right? It's a bizarre city to be racist, outright racist in. Like, you're dealing with black people all day. Is it possible, right, that this guy was just on like a power trips happen? I've seen it happen at the most bizarre places, and I'm like, all right.
Why are you talking about this if you don't know the facts? A woman called the police at that Starbucks, and the men were only there for a couple of minutes before that call was made. The white people filming it attest to that fact. The length she went to deny racism is astounding to me. Where is the logic? Did you just say that it's hard to be racist where there are a lot of black people around? What? Say that in the South where the majority of black Americans live. Or in urban enclaves where black people have a lot of interaction with other races. No, there's never been any racial issues in Los Angeles or Boston or Detroit. Girl, does she know any black people? Does she talk to any black people? Does she read about black people? What's crazy to me is Candace did not know facts in this interview, but she knew which side to be on. When Joe asked her why she had a problem with the Washington Post and which specific articles she disagreed with, here's what she said.
I can't take any of their articles seriously. The stuff that they've run and that they've said, it's just like
what else?
It's just everything.
Everything?
I mean,
oh, all of them. Really? And how can you accuse the mainstream media of fabricating stories when you are out here peddling conspiracy theories about Beyonce and Jay-Z?
The person that stands on the crime bill of '94 is Bill Clinton. But because Jay-Z is now focused on getting a piece of the pie, the globalist piece of the pie, he doesn't care about black America. That's my opinion. So what?
Do you think that's what it was, or do you think that maybe he thought that Donald Trump represented a lot of racist white people?
No.
He didn't want that in
God,
office.
no. Oh, God, no.
You don't think so?
Not even kind of. Not
No,
for
you don't think he felt that?
Not for a single second.
How do you know?
Because Jay-Z's very smart.
Did you speak to him?
No, I didn't speak to him. I know. Like, it's a certain thing where like I know that Jay-Z and Beyonce betrayed the black community. Like they are.
So you think they did it purposely for financial gain?
Yeah, I think that they were interested in they want to be the people that control the world.
This is Illuminati talk. There is literally no proof. I need for Candace to communicate to us the foundations of her opinions. It's not that hard. These are not trick questions. And frankly, I don't know how you're gonna win over black folks when you're openly hostile to stuff a lot of us care about, like cultural appropriation.
Society really has just been so fake. I mean, like, everything offends you. Everywhere you go, people get offended about people's hair. Like, literally, Kardashians will put their hair in braids and the whole internet will explode, saying that they need to pay tribute to Africa. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, I have never in my life looked at someone's hair and felt emotional. Like, I'm just like, whatever you do in your hair is fine with me. Like, if you took the time to do it, it's fine with me.
And I found it so weird that she said this.
You've got to be a really inspired person to even look up why you're offended. Like, that takes a lot of research. Like, who's researching, like, who started the Bantu knot? Like, who started the cornrow? I'm like, you've got a lot of time on your hands. Like, for me personally, like, if I could just not have to research why I'm offended.
If you're ridiculing people acquiring knowledge to understand why something might make them upset, I get why you're not so good at this. And again, I think Candace is faking it. The lies are bizarre. Like this.
To me, in my opinion, the most likable, relatable first family like of my lifetime. Like, you know, I can't speak to anyone, but they're so...
You didn't think that Obama and Michelle were likable or relatable?
Oh my God.
No?
Oh my God. Are you like Obama? Like,
you don't think he's a likable guy?
Really? That's the most relatable first family. The billionaire, the kids with tens of millions of dollars, the wife who never speaks. Okay. But let's just say she's telling the truth. The fact that you find this to be more relatable than this means I can't trust you. And I'm sure Joe had no idea he was doing this, but he perfectly articulated why we are not going to rally around Candace. We know she's being used.
A lot of people that are conservative, they love the fact that you're attractive, you're smart, you're articulate, you're black, and you're fucking forceful with your thoughts and ideas, and you push them through quick, and
right.
you're not scared of pissing people off.
Right.
And this is very exciting to conservative people that are on the sidelines. Like, yeah, it's like we got a fucking great running back. You know, we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Like, that's how they look at you. Like,
right.
you're like a great soldier in the field.
Black people are not dumb. We're not falling in line behind tokens. And you lose credibility when you say stuff like this about climate change.
Climate change is definitely real. It's happening.
Well,
the question
but
is
it's
why
always
is it happening?
happened.
Yes, it has always happened.
So what is it the
real...
climate change? Yes, the climate changes. It was different weather yesterday than it was today. The climate is forever changing. Like that's the problem, is that people are making it seem like that's something weird.
No,
it's not
that's
unique.
not. You're misrepresenting the issue.
To publicly confuse climate with weather is just embarrassing.
I didn't do a deep dive on all of this because I read about it because it was at a forefront of a discussion. So I read about it all night, and my conclusion was that they started pulling up all of these studies from the person that did this that I did a deep dive on, and they started showing how like these community of scientists were in fact somewhere behind that .org as someone that was being funded. So to me, the issue got too politicized for me to believe that global warming was something that was going to wipe out the world.
And last thing on this idea that you can't trust scientists because their work is funded is ridiculous. All research is funded. The question is, by whom? Why not question those scientists who are in the extreme minority of the climate change debate, who are funded by the fossil fuel industry? And let's get to her comments on abortion.
I became pro-life, but not because I think people that are pro-choice are awful human beings, who needed to burn in hell, but just because the history of it is really shady with Margaret Sanger, and because I do recognize that it does seem a little off-putting. And I don't say I'm pro-life, but I just say to people that like the idea that the left is so pro-choice at the same time that they are running around purporting to Black Lives Matter, it doesn't make any sense when you look at the numbers of black babies never even get the chance to live, and when you look at the numbers and just understanding that 17 million black babies have been exterminated since 1973. So what kind of black lives do you care about?
Yes, Margaret Sanger was racist. Planned Parenthood has done a lot of work to try to reckon with that history and still fulfill its mission. The language of extermination is just classic incendiary right-wing nonsense. Now, I would be much more sympathetic to this view if Candace endorsed policies that would make sure that everybody had enough food to eat, a place to live, access to healthcare. If we could make sure that black kids were not going to be targeted and harassed and killed by police. Can you do that? Or is that communism? Because what we are not going to do is equate an anti-abortion stance to Black Lives Matter. If you're going to endorse forcing women to carry babies they don't want, you better have some solutions. Oh, we're not done, because then she tried to pit Latino immigrants against black people living in the United States.
The community that has been affected the most by illegal immigration is the black community. It's just a fact. I mean, you talk about low-wage workers. The people that are the most unemployed in this company are young black men between the ages of 18 and 21, right? So they have been negatively impacted by the influx of people running over the border, because they'll come here and they'll say, okay, well, you were going to pay this guy $7, whatever the minimum wage is, we'll do it for less. And that directly impacts the black labor force.
Immigration is not the reason why black people are consistently underemployed. There's no evidence for that claim. 50 years ago, the black unemployment rate was twice the white unemployment rate. Today, the black unemployment rate is twice the white unemployment rate. That number has been consistent for decades. Why? Why is that? Tell me. Not to mention the fact that a pro-business, anti-immigration stance is completely incompatible. Business leaders already told us that their businesses will suffer suffer if we halt immigration. Not only are you perpetuating racism, but you're doing so in a way that will not help the economy at all. Congratulations. This is what happens when your livelihood depends on a certain kind of performance. It just doesn't hold up when the curtain is drawn back. I would respect Black conservatives so much more if they just came right. But it seems like that's just not possible because so much of their stances requires obfuscating facts and dancing around the issues. It's astounding to me that somebody who repeats the words Black people and revolution would come out here like this. To be clear, I'm not anti-Candace. She's so charismatic and I love a good talker, but what are you saying? After watching this and a couple of other interviews, I think Candace is acting. She was a liberal 2 years ago. I just don't believe it, you know? Get yourself together. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you enjoy this content, help us make more of it. Join our Patreon where we've got merch, exclusive content, and reading lists. Or make a one-time donation and join us for events for Black women around the country. I'll see you at Black Girls Gather. Bye.